Hey guys, another whatever Wednesday or whatever day it is. So it's springtime. Now a lot of people have probably set a lot of goals for their lives by now, probably from January or whatever, and those are probably all burnt out. But this is another way to go about things. So why would you want to set a goal, right? To focus your life, focus your training, focus your exercise, your activities, your finances, your health, whatever. We'll focus primarily on health around here. But so it gives you your life sort of focus and direction. If you come in and you're just willy-nilly and not really training for anything, not doing anything to be, fit, whatever, but there's no sort of goals within that, you're gonna die off because it's hard, okay? You need reasons to put the effort in. And there's always got to find a deeper reason than like, well, I want to look good. Okay, that's great. But why? Why is that important to you? Why is it important looking good? Well, then I'll know I'm fit. Okay, well, how will you know you're fit? Well, I'll know because I'll have a lean body mass. I'll be able to do such and such workout in a certain amount of time, or I'll be able to lift such and much weight, and that'll make sure that I'm, why is that important? So that you can be fitter for longer, fitter for when you're older, or fitter for your kids or whatever, so you can chase your kids around, pick them up. So you're getting to a deeper reason than just like, oh, I want to look better. Okay, so that's rule number one, is when you're setting up a goal is to find the deepest reason you can that is probably the farthest way out. Okay, then we want to sort of break that down a little bit. So this is the long-term goal. What's something that's a little bit shorter? Something that's specific and measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So something is specific and measurable. So looking good is not specific or measurable. So something where you can say, I want to lose a certain amount of weight, or I want to lift a certain amount of weight. That is specific and measurable. Achievable. You're a 200-pound squatter now, and you want to squat 500 pounds in 6 months. That's not achievable. You need to lose 100 pounds, and you want to lose it in 3 months. That's not achievable healthily. And something that's relevant to you, that's important to you. That's what's important. And then time bound. So putting a time limit on it. So in the next 10 years, I want to lose 5 pounds. That doesn't make sense. As equally to, I want to lose 100 pounds in the next 3 weeks. That's also not important or not able. So then you get that long-term and short-term, which just ties into that deeper reasons and the time bound. So short-term goals that align with your long-term goals. So a week can lead into, or 2 or 3 weeks can lead into months, which lead into years. So for somebody like me, I'm looking to rehab my calf and Achilles. So the next 3 weeks is going to be focused on that building the strength of my calf and elasticity in my Achilles. So I'm going to be focusing on specific exercise 3 days a week for the next 12 weeks. So that leads to that, and that'll lead me so that I can still play sports in the years to come. So again, we're getting to that outcome versus behavior goals as well. So short-term, long-term, outcome versus behavior. So a common one, we want to lose, say, 8 pounds in 8 weeks. It's a simple example. 8 pounds in 8 weeks, that's great. It is relevant, it's specific, measurable, achievable, time bound. Okay, so to get there, we need to have a way to modify your behavior to get there. So how do we do that? Well, the behaviors is what you can control. Right? You set the goal, you can control your own behaviors. That's all you can control. You can't control many other things that happen in life, but you can control your own behavior. So the first one is, say, as an example, I will exercise 5 days a week. So typically, you should be active 5 to 7 hours a week. Whatever that looks like is up to you, but that's an outcome goal or an outcome thing that you can do, or a behavior that you can do, that you have control of. You can reduce your food by 500 calories a day for the next 8 weeks. Right? Simple things that don't have to turn your life upside down, but these are the behavior things that will help you align with your outcome goals. All right, something like simple thing like eating breakfast every day for the next 8 weeks, or missing no more than 10% of my workouts, or committing to just having that one junk food meal or one cheat meal a week. So that's a behavior goal that you can control that will end up at that 8 weeks so you reach your outcome goal. So we can say all that, that's great, yeah, I'm going to do that. But at the end of the day, how committed are you to this goal for real? Like a lot of people will say, oh, I'd love to, save some money, or I'd love to have been this great sports person or do this thing that was, amazing. But you haven't done it yet. Why? Well, this, because of that, because of this, because of that. You have all the excuses. But if you'd really, really wanted to achieve that goal, you would have, because you had put the effort into it to make that happen. You'd made the sacrifices to make that happen. Now, when you're doing that, setting these goals, have a hard look at what that goal is and have a hard look at yourself to see if it is really what you wanted. Really what you wanted. I can't drive that home enough. Do I want to lose 8 pounds in 8 weeks? Yes, that is something I really want to do. Okay, great. This is how you do it. But keep coming back to that. All right, so it's sort of like there's a lot of circular things in with this goals. They got to feed back into each other to make sure that they're still the same goals. Another line I like is the goal of the goal is to keep the goal the goal. Cool? Simple. So I encourage a lot of people to set goals, long-term, short-term, whatever. You got to have something to work towards. Otherwise, you're just sort of floating through the ether of space, not knowing where you're going. All right, that's Whatever Wednesday, goal setting.